Hey, this is Christine, your DIY craftaholic. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if you are new, welcome to you as well. Now in this video, I am sharing 4 beautiful DIYs and we are starting now. So for DIY number 1, I got this plaque from my 99-cent store and I removed the tag, removed the hanger, and I'm just using the sanding block to sand that down. And then I took my ruler and I'm just marking where I need the center. And as you can see, my line is not straight. But anyway, once I did that, I took some painter's tape and I'm covering just a section that I don't want paint to get on. I'm sorry guys, I forgot to hit start on the camera and so I didn't show the paint, but here it is at the top left corner. That is what I used, Folk Art Dutch Aqua, and I painted the center. I gave it 1 coat. And this paint is very pigmented, so you don't need a lot. So after I did that, I dried it. This piece of fabric I got from Dollar Tree, and this is in the Shore Living section. But then I measured what I needed and then I cut that out and cover both the top and the bottom. Because I didn't want the ends to fray after I cut it, I took the lighter and cinched the edges, and then the heat press to press out the folds, just to make sure that I got them lying flat. And once I was done with that, I am now going to glue that onto the board. I applied some Mod Podge to the area with this fan brush that I got in a set from Temu. I will leave the link for that in my description box if you are interested. I then took the heat gun and dried it, and then I placed the fabric down, took a piece of parchment paper, placed that over it, and then the heat press again to reactivate the Mod Podge and to seal it. And then I took the scissors and removed the excess from around the edge, and again went back with the lighter and cinched the edges. I had this burlap trim from Dollar Tree and I just used some tacky glue to glue down the trim. And then I applied that again with some heat just for security. So I took some of this rope that I got from Temu, vintage hemp rope, and I am going around the border with that, and that is to hide the edge of the burlap. And then once I got that glue down, I then took the scissors and trim off the edges. This is a 2-piece sign from Dollar Tree, and I'm just measuring to see if the family word can fit in the center. And then once I realized it could fit, I am now peeling this off, and this is not rub-on transfer, guys. This is actually a sticker, so you have to be very careful with this. I eventually had to cut the letters apart in order to get them glued on properly. And I did the first letter and last for balance, and then fill in the others. I love how this is turning out so far, but I'm not done yet. Have to embellish some more. So I took this teal ribbon from Dollar Tree and I'm making a bow. I just cut a piece off, glued down the ends, and then scrunch it in the middle, and took a piece of this jute cord and wrapped around that and tied it at the back. I then cut off another piece, snip that in 2 for the tails. You guys know how I make my bows already. I won't go into too much details about that. And then I took what was left of the little burlap trim, glued that around the middle, glue on the tails, dovetail the ends, and then glue my bow down in the center. I took one of my burlap bow and glued that in the center just for finishing. And then I took the embossing tool and just opened back the holes that were already there. Use the same cord for hanging, put that back in and glued it down, and this is done. So let's talk about this challenge, summer look off the hook. I am so excited to be hosting this challenge with my sweet friends CJ from CJ's DIY and Jackie from Crafting in Mimi's World and myself. We were tasked to pick a style and create something either for a space or DIYs, whatever they wanted to do for summer. Links to our channels will be in the description box below, as well as the playlist, so make sure to check those out. So let's jump right into DIY number 2. Now for this one, I'll be using this wooden house from Dollar Tree and my Waverly chalk paint in Pool, and I am painting the inner part, the black section, and I gave this 2 coats and dried it properly. Once it's dried, I took this summer rub-on transfer and I am removing that part that says Hello Summer. And once I cut that out, I line it up in the center, and I took my burnishing tool and I'm rubbing that on and shaking the table, as you can see. And I like the theme that I'm going with, which is the beach. And these DIYs, guys, I had in mind to, like the sticker or the flyer said, to create DIYs for a space, and all of these you can put in a little section of your house, or if you have an RV or a beach house or something, these will go so nice in that space. Alright, so here is another of my Temu finds, and this is gold foil paper sheets, very thin, and I had the grand idea of using that on the border of this frame. Now I started out by applying the Mod Podge, and this is more like gold leaf that you can get on Amazon, but this is very thin and you have to be very, very careful when you're putting this on. So I applied the Mod Podge, and here I'm now trying to get the sheet down, and like I say, it's very thin, so it tears easily, and if you use your finger too heavy, it start to separate. So that was my grand idea, to put this on the border, and I put up with it for quite some time. And then in the end, I decided that, you know, once I got it all around the border, I said, okay, this is not what I intended for it to look, because I wanted something to blend in with the gold words on the center of the frame, and that is why I decided to use the foil paper. But I struggled with it, and as you can see, I didn't like how it looked. So I eventually, off camera, I used the emery board and just filed it off and gave it a very rustic look. And then glued on one of these tumbling tower blocks to the back of it for easy standing. And then took a little of the gold paint that I had and just applied that around, because my intention was, you know, to have it looking gold, but when it wasn't turning out like I wanted it to, I just decided to scrap that idea. Sprayed it with some Mod Podge spray, and then I had this bow that I made from jute and just glued that in the center, and this is done, guys. I like this look. I don't know why I didn't choose to use the paint rather than the foil paper, but it turned out great. Now this is my giveaway announcement, 1,500 subscribers. Woohoo! I'm so happy. Thank you so much, guys, for everyone who subscribes to my channel. I truly, truly appreciate you, and we are heading for 2,000. So stay tuned for giveaway notices. That's gonna be coming up in May. if you are new to my channel or coming over from the playlist, welcome. I'm so happy you joined me today. Here on my channel, I do DIYs on a budget, dupes, look for less, and some occasional Dollar Tree shopping hauls. If you love budget-friendly DIYs like these and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit that notification bell. Hit it again and select all so YouTube notifies you whenever I upload new videos. Alright, so let's jump into DIY number 3. Alright, so for this part, I have to come in here and explain what I did. So with the brush still wet, I took the aqua paint and I poured a little down, and I'm using the same brush with the pool, and I'm just going over that, give it an ombre effect. And then I took some pink and I did the same thing with the brush still wet. And this is what it looks like after it was all done and dried. Now I'm going back again with my same rub-on transfer, and I selected this little saying, best summer holidays. I don't exactly remember all of what it says, but I took that and I rubbed that on. I'm now going to apply some Mod Podge to protect it. Now I'm using whatever Mod Podge I have in my stash. So once that was dried, I'm now peeling off that tape that you saw me put down earlier and use some wood glue as well as hot glue. And then I'm gonna glue that in the middle. And this little beach theme candle stand is done. Now for DIY number 4, I took these 2 rolling pins, and this napkin is also from Temu. I am yet to do that haul video. I cut off a small piece and then applied some Mod Podge and dried that a little bit, and then I took the piece of napkin, put that on, used a little of the Mod Podge to seal the end, and then I'm applying the Mod Podge on the outside. Now because I don't want it to bubble, I'm using the parchment paper. Now I see people just put the Mod Podge on it and leave it like that and they don't get any bubble. That doesn't work for me, so I have to use my parchment paper as protection and the heat, and that helps to seal it in quite fine. So after I did that, I applied some more Mod Podge and then I dry completely. And after they dried, there were some little pieces that were hanging over, so I took the scissors and I'm just trimming that off. And then I took 2 of my little burlap bows, glued those on, and my 2 little rolling pins are done. And that's it. We made it to the end, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. Now here are my 4 DIY projects for you today, my beach themed DIYs. You let me know which one of these is your favorite. I think the wood round is mine, and the little mini rolling pins, because you know I'm a fan of mini rolling pins. But you let me know which one of these is your favorite. And I want to thank CJ and Jackie for joining me today for this challenge, and all the talented ladies who decided to join us today. Be sure to check out their channels in the playlist in the description box below. I am so happy that I was able to present these to you today, just to give you some inspiration as to how you can do some beach DIYs or whatever DIYs you want to do for the summer. I'm sure this playlist will give you a lot of inspiration. And if you love budget-friendly content like this and you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so before you leave. And if you enjoyed this video, I suggest this next one right here, and to binge watch, just click on this one right here. And stay safe, my friends, until next time. Bye.